Put it down. Here we go.
Wait till we get started. You're just in here throwing stuff around.
It already has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's time for Three Guys Before the Game, episode 637. I don't know if I've ever used this line before, but we got a good one for you. This is significant. We're going to make news. We're making news. Yeah. The name of the episode says it all. This is Nathan Adrian's Last Dance.
Is that the documentary?
It's over. Nate's here. We're making news. Everyone knows, right, the whole Michael Jordan thing. Michael Jordan's Last Dance detailed his last season, Brad. His last season with the Bulls. Well, this is kind of sort of that. Nathan, and we'll let him talk since he's here.
Thank you.
You got to put the sneakers away.
Well, don't let him make the announcement.
I think people got it when he says Last Dance. I think they know what it means.
Okay, but it's up to him to be able to say it.
All right.
Well, welcome back, Nate. You can see how things have gone since you've been gone.
Very argumentative around here.
Three Guys Before the Game is brought to us by, should we start over?
Nah, just roll.
Jan Dills,
Live.
attorneys
Can't
at
start
law.
over.
They won't take no for an answer. By Comac's business system, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years. By GoMart. Get a GoMart rewards card. Immediately begin saving on food and fuel. Go to GoMart.com for details. By Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's Biscuit. And by Conley CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. Also, we're going to talk about Hoppy's Great Adventure, which is coming up soon. This is going to be one of the all-time great. He'll be a motocross guy.
I know he is. I'm a little concerned for him.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Hi, Nathan.
Hey, buddy.
Wonderful to have you back again.
Good to be here.
Welcome home.
Good to see you.
Thank
Good to have you
you.
back. Friend of the program. Long-time friend of the program.
Former host.
Yeah.
I mean, after all those advertisements, I should have bought stock.
Well, I mean, you didn't need to go there. I mean, we're capitalists, as you know.
I mean, I was doing this. We didn't have a sponsor.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Yeah, back in the old
Early
days.
Come
days.
a long way.
Back when Kirchhoff used to take off the whole winter, go down to the legislative session, we'd bring Nathan in, and we'd have a big time, and boy, time goes by
Is this
fast.
a twofold announcement today?
It might be. It might be. So you're back from Japan, got home when?
May 1st.
All right. That ended how many years of professional basketball for you?
7?
See, we were doing that math the
We
other
had
day.
it. 7.
So you sat out for your first 2 after graduation,
Yeah.
2.5.
2.
A lot of stuff going on. And then you began Ukraine.
Nope.
France.
Bordeaux first. Bordeaux was
France.
first. Then,
France, he had that little teeny tiny car.
that's right. That's
Fiat
right.
500.
Yeah, Cinquecento. And then you had, and then you went to the Ukraine.
Not
Remember we had
just Ukraine.
No, remember we had
The-
we had the whole
Ukraine.
thing about the Ukraine.
6. Only 6. 3 years in Italy and then Japan.
What do you mean 6?
I miscounted. 6 years, not 7.
How many in Italy?
3 Italy.
3.
1 France.
1 France, 1 Ukraine,
Ukraine.
3 Italy, 1 Japan.
6 years of pro ball.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead, make the announcement.
That's it for me. Just got some ankle issues, Achilles issues that I don't really want to deal with, and I got other things going on now, so just time to be home.
You
So-
feel good about that decision?
I feel very good about it. I got what I wanted out of it. I think I accomplished a lot more than a lot of people and myself thought I was going to get out of basketball, and I have no regrets about it.
Awesome.
It's a good run.
That's
It's a
nice
great
run.
run.
That's a great run.
France, Italy, Ukraine, Japan, and you went till you were 30. You played basketball till you were 30 years
30
old.
on the dot.
That's pretty awesome.
Professional basketball.
So physically, ankles just wearing out, Achilles, you would have to have surgery if you were to keep going.
Yeah, left ankle, I got my ankle bones deformed and banging up against my tibia, which wouldn't be a huge surgery. I just have to shave it. But I got another bone deformity growing into my right Achilles where it attaches, and they would have to sever my Achilles and shave the bone and then reattach it. So that's
Yeah, I'd skip that one.
that's a year. It's a year recovery anyway. So
But it doesn't affect you if you're just walking around.
nah, doesn't affect normal life.
Did it hurt this season?
Yeah, I had issues all year.
Really?
Never could get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing they could do about it. They
How much pain did you play
Did it
with?
hurt? Did it hurt worse than having your arm in two separate places playing against Gonzaga?
Well, thankfully, their rules are not thankfully this year. Their rules are a little more stringent. I couldn't get the 3 injections before every game. So no, it didn't. It hurt worse than that.
Oh.
Is the statute of limitations over on his 3 injections before the game?
What are they going to do now?
Nothing. So you were doing that when you were playing here. You were getting 3 in your shoulder.
No, I was getting 1 in my butt, just a regular Toradol shot, and then I don't even know what they put in my shoulder. It was a painful one.
How often would that happen?
Before every game.
Before every game you'd shoot up.
After I tore it in the Big 12 tournament, first game of the Big 12 tournament, and then every game after that, I stopped warming up. I was just getting injections, trying to get it loose.
What happened?
Remarkable.
Nate, how did you feel? How much pain were you in when those, after the game, when you're not feeling as much pain, so you're doing what you normally do, how much pain were you in when the injections wore off?
Oh, a lot. Once those wore off, you just kind of feel everything.
Yeah.
You put it through during the game and through all that process. So once those wore out, it wasn't fun. That's why the back-to-backs when the NCAA tournament, you played Saturday, Monday, Sunday, Tuesday, whatever, they hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
How many games did you play this season? This
60.
last season? How many?
60.
Did you
60
really?
games,
Played
is that
every
right?
Saturday, Sunday, and a few Wednesdays.
Golly.
You appeared in all 60?
59 of them.
Wow.
I had COVID once, so that's the only game I missed. But no, I didn't.
They have an Ironman award in Japan. You should have gotten that.
Well, he was like that here.
He was
Well,
like that. Well, that's
let's see.
just noted.
Yeah.
In my career, I've missed 6 games.
In 6 years.
In 6 years?
No. Since high school.
Really?
I played in every single game in college. I broke my foot in high school. Missed.
You would have been the
5
all-time
games.
scoring leader at Morgantown.
Well, I probably sure I broke it anyway.
Yeah, but at least you would have had for a little bit. But anyway.
Hey, Nate, you've been out of the country, but they have this thing now called load management.
I can't do it. I practice. I didn't miss a single practice game. I just feel bad. I don't know.
What do they always say? The best ability is?
Availability.
There it is.
Would they have sent you home if you started to not practice and not play?
I don't know. I didn't want to go down that road because the contract's technically guaranteed unless you miss practices or. So they technically would have to be the ones telling me I'm too hurt to play.
Right.
Yeah.
And the translations I got were, it's okay.
Gosh.
Yeah, keep going.
How was the communication there? Because that was France
Are you
is
talking
one
about
thing.
Japan or
Ukraine, Italy? Those are all one thing. Japan's a whole different culture, different deal.
Yeah,
How
it was
the-
completely different. The language barrier was much tougher. Even the majority of the players, like Japanese players I played with, couldn't speak English. We had a translator, and our assistant coach spoke really good English, so they would translate everything. But yeah, just communicating, talking through things was it's hard.
That was the hardest one.
Yeah,
by far.
By far.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Just think of where you were. European countries. You go to the Far East. I mean, as we said, just wrapping the whole thing up. Like
He's a globalist.
Those are life experiences.
I hit all the countries I wanted to play in, which were Italy and Japan. So.
Does West Virginia still have some of our former student managers in that Japanese league you were playing?
Oh
in?
yeah, Takahiro Mori, the one that was here when I was.
Yeah.
He was a head coach in my league.
He's a head coach now.
Yeah.
How about
How
that?
many times did you play them?
6 times.
Is that right?
Yeah, we only won 1.
How about that?
They're doing good. They made the playoffs. It's all over now, but yeah, they exceeded expectations. He had a really good year.
That had to be weird, though. You're lining up to play, and you're looking down. There he is. You guys were together here, and you're there facing off in Japan.
It's all Takahiro. I don't want to speak for him, but the way they play is very different than the other Japanese teams.
What does that
very
mean?
Rough and rugged.
You think he might have learned
I
that
think,
here?
West
I think
Virginia-esque?
he might have picked up on a couple things.
Fouled every possession because they couldn't call everyone.
Yep, that's right.
How about that?
How was the game? Was the game different there? And if so, how?
Yeah, it's very different. So in Japan, you're only allowed 2 Americans on the court at the same time. So you have 3 Japanese guys out there at all times, and the Americans kind of are looked towards to score the ball more, take control of the game more. Where in Europe, in Italy, you could have 5 Americans on the court, and their Italians know how to play very well because they've grew up in that. So it's more team-oriented in Europe, a lot of team playing. I'm not saying it's not team-oriented in Japan, but it's just different. Guys are looked at to do different things, and it's coached different. A lot of European coaches go over there and struggle because they're trying to play European ball, and it just doesn't work as well.
How would you describe the style there?
It's a little faster, more up-tempo. A lot, yeah, it's about
More isolation?
Yeah, more isolation.
Yeah.
So
you're
were you
just not running as many set plays. You're not running as many motion offenses. It's just kind of fast break, make something happen quick. And
So would you post up, or would you sit up on the wing and shoot threes?
I was like 50-50 this year. A lot more post up than usual because if you get a switch, you got a Japanese guy in you. They're just small. But the majority of the Americans they do hire are centers and
Forwards.
big men because that's just what they don't have available to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every team had a guy 6'11", 7 foot, 300 pounds. Just
Big dudes.
monsters.
How were
Yeah.
the games called? How'd they call the games?
For the guards, very ticky-tacky. For the big men, you can hack whoever you want.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Did you get teed up ever?
Not once.
No.
No.
Did you complain?
Did you
at
just
all?
figure they wouldn't know what you're saying anyway, so you
They
couldn't
didn't
talk?
know what I was saying, number one. So, I mean, I would say something to them, and they just look at me and then kind of put an end to my argument. All right.
I think they probably knew what you were saying, but they were
Probably.
just probably just.
Any trash talk?
No.
Really?
No. Very
None.
little. I mean, between Americans sometimes, but
The Japanese? No.
Japanese guys are way too respectful.
Now, what about your former student manager, who's the head coach? I would think at some point, if his team kept fouling you, that you did a drive by and said, like, "Dude, what are we doing? Get him off." Did you get
No,
him mad?
I love that.
Oh, okay.
I love the way they played. I'd rather games be like that rather than just calling everything.
Yeah.
Did you run across any other Big 12 players? Anybody we'd know?
I'm going to have to think about that. Not Big 12. Matt Harms played at Purdue.
Yeah, remember that name.
Shoot, I'm going to think. Old school Big East, Justin Burnell.
Oh, Connecticut.
Yeah. No, yeah. No,
Connecticut.
St. John's.
Okay.
St. John's.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
God, I'd have to think about that.
So, of all the places that you played, if you were full health and in your peak prime, where would you go back? Where did you love to play the most?
Oh, Italy for sure. It just felt, yeah, I mean, it got to the point it felt like a second home to me. It didn't feel like I'm moving somewhere I'm unfamiliar with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could speak a little bit enough to go to a restaurant and figure out my way around it, knew at the grocery stores, knew how to drive, just knew how everything worked. So it just felt comfortable.
Well, I don't know if that counts. I mean,
What do you mean?
he's a citizen of the country, so he can't answer that.
You got the passport, don't you?
Just got the passport, so I'm not even going to use it. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, when you go back over, you can flick it.
I
That nice maroon. You got
I
the
can
maroon
live there
one.
whenever I want now.
Yeah, I know. So I would think that because you had good experience there, you probably at some point go back.
Oh, I'll definitely go back to Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I ever have free time or want to travel, that's where I want to go. I mean, there's parts of Italy. I haven't been to Rome.
Oh my goodness.
Was
All
there
the
for
times?
3 years.
All-
Haven't been to Rome. My girlfriend Lucky went 9 different times, and I didn't go one time.
Did you ever fly through and just connect out of Rome?
Yeah, connect. I mean, I've
But
seen
you
the
never
airport.
went in,
Very
but-
familiar with the airport.
But you never
never got to see any of the sites. Never got
Yeah.
to walk
Yeah.
around there. It's something I really want to see because that old historical stuff is just awesome to me.
What'd you learn about yourself as a pro basketball player?
Number one, I learned I can leave here and be okay. That was a big concern of mine because, I mean, even in high school, if I had to go away to, like when I traveled for the national team, had to go stay in Colorado for a week. Didn't like it. Just shut down kind of. Didn't play well. Just didn't like being there, going to camps, any kind of camp like that. Just never really liked being gone from here for too long. So, that first year was rough. The second year was rough, but that was mainly because it was Ukraine. And then it got easier after that. So that was the biggest takeaway I got from it was just growing as a person.
Yeah. You learn a ton, man.
Yeah.
Learn a ton. Like now I think you just have this reservoir of confidence that comes with that. So no matter what you deal with going forward, it's like, dude, I've been in Ukraine. I've been in Japan.
Lived in.
Not
just been, lived in.
I'm
That's a
fine.
whole
I
different
got
deal.
this.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't do those kinds of things, then you probably lack a little. Hoppy, wouldn't you agree? If you don't have world experiences, that sometimes that may hinder your confidence.
Absolutely. Just what Nate said, when you travel, it just increases. There's anxiety, there's fears, things happen, you're a long way from home, but that increases your confidence significantly. Just
Right,
your
it's
life
just
confidence.
simple things, just
Yeah.
figuring out how to go to a
Yes.
grocery store and how the checkout works, and going to a restaurant, figuring out how they seat you, how you order, how you pay. Just all kinds of different things. It just puts you in uncomfortable situations. You have a little anxiety about it, and you get through it, and everything's fine.
So how did you handle that stuff? Did you have somebody with you to help you, or did you just roll in and figure it out, ask for help?
Most of the time I had somebody show me the first time, and then you kind of figure it out. It's really nice when Lucky's with me because she's not scared of any of that stuff. Like if a restaurant's full, I'll stand outside and she'll go in
And she'll get the table.
She'll see if we can get a table
And then wave you in.
She'll give me a wave, and that's the only point where I'll go in.
I mean, it's
nice.
It's,
690.
Good help.
Stay inside.
as you all know, it is difficult. The language barrier makes it difficult. However, if you go to a restaurant, they know you want to eat. If you go to a hotel, they know you want a room. If you go to a bank, they know you want to do something. So there's
Life advice from Hoppy.
Yeah.
well, just that.
Walk
So,
into a bathroom.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
It could be tough, but still, it's not like you're trying to buy property.
No,
I mean,
I haven't attempted that.
Did you try that?
As a citizen, though, you get some. You'll be able to do that
Go
in
in and
Italy.
get it done.
Yeah. When you look,
Best food?
well, Italy.
Italy.
No, I mean in Japan. What was your favorite food?
Oh, Kobe steak. It's just incredible. And you can get it just walking down the street and just get a stick of it.
really,
Just keep going.
wow.
Kobe beef.
It's as good as people say it is.
But you can't eat a lot. The butter, the fat content in it will knock you out. Right?
Really?
I didn't have too much of a problem.
He's a high-level athlete. He's burning that off. Professional athlete.
Yeah.
You definitely can't sit down and eat a 22-ounce
Right. Like,
T-bone of it, but
yeah, I had too much one night, and it was like,
Oh,
ruin
really?
it for yourself.
but it was just like, what the hell was that? I just ate 3 sticks of butter. It
You ate too much? That's
was a first. I probably should have wrote the date down and marked it. Okay, let's go back basketball-wise. So, like, you're this gangly kid over at South Middle School. And
it's way back.
yeah, let's go all the way back. Gangly kid, South Middle School. And you've got these big, long levers, and people say, oh, kid's got a chance. He's going to be tall. But there's one thing to be young and tall and thin.
Ben,
And then, but there's a lot of young, tall, thin kids. But you did it, dude. Like, you played major college basketball when people said, I don't know, coming out of Morgantown High. I'm not sure, is he soft? Is he not soft? Like, the metamorphosis that you went through, damn near the caterpillar to the butterfly. To me, that's your story. Like, you became questionably soft coming into college to a hard-nosed enforcer in a very big physical basketball conference, and then you go play a half dozen years of pro ball. That's a hell of a story.
yeah, I think the questionably soft tag I was given to was mainly because of how skinny I was. I mean, I was skinny.
I agree with you.
I was always, I wasn't allowed to be soft.
I know that.
You know my dad.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I
I
do
wasn't
think
allowed to be soft. So that was always in me. But getting in with Andy Kettler and putting weight on and being able to do something with that and then just endure the Big 12 and hugs and all of that goes in with that was a huge change.
But we've said this about you before. I think your ability to adapt to your role was pretty wild. So perimeter-based in high school to interior-based enforcer, bang, defense, rebound, then back to offensively really skilled when you got to the professional level overseas. That's a pretty wild swing in what your responsibilities were, what you were asked to do, and what your game was and became, don't you think?
Yeah, I do. And honestly, I think that's something that with the way college basketball is now, people are going to lack when they get to a professional level or anything else. They're not going to have the ability to do different things and succeed in different roles that you have to be. Not everybody that goes and plays in Europe is the star of the team.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go back to being a role player. And part of what made me adaptable in every situation I was in was, like you said, when I came in, I was a perimeter player, just shot threes my freshman year. And that completely changed because the system changed.
Yeah.
And what was needed of me changed. And instead of, I don't want to do that, I
You
didn't
just
have
adapted.
a choice.
Yeah.
So I adapted, found a way to make it happen, and by my senior year was successful doing it.
Yeah. And then went back the other way when you got
then
to
went
the
back
pros.
the other way because that's what was needed that year. And certain years it wasn't needed, and I did other things.
Yeah. Pretty remarkable.
It's a great story. But you're right. Is because you were thin, people couldn't project out what you were going to be.
Yeah, I mean, nobody
Thin
thought
and played perimeter.
Nobody
I mean-
thought I would go from 190 pounds my senior year to 240.
Yeah. And when you're 6'9",
strong 240.
when you're 6'9" and play on the perimeter, there isn't a lot of banging to go
Yeah,
on
sure.
to label you as tough, right? So some of that's
Did you ever have a moment in college where you said, I ain't into this, I'm done? Or
Oh, yeah.
you did?
Oh, my sophomore year, I wanted to quit. There was a point, I forget what game it was. I was sitting on the bench struggling, had injuries, and just wasn't playing well. And I was like, why am I doing this? I'm taking a lot of heat from people on the outside for no reason. Not no reason. There was a very good reason, but I don't know. It just wears on you.
How did you get out of that? Just stuck with it. Stuck with it, yeah.
I mean, just because it got hard, you don't just quit.
That's a good life lesson.
It's just never what I wanted to be. I didn't want to be known as a quitter. That's just something you got to live with your whole life. When you quit playing a sport or quit doing something, you got to be able to live with it the rest of the time. And I just kind of looked at it at a longer point of view than just what's happening right now. And that's why I went back and played again after I retired after college. I just didn't feel like I got everything out of it that I wanted to get out of it. And now I do. So that's why I feel comfortable with where I'm at now.
That's pretty wild too. We kind of jumped past that period, and yeah, there was a lot going on for you, but that's pretty hard to do too. Step away for 2 years and then restart the thing and get back in it.
Yeah,
That's not easy.
No, and I don't know. I still played. I'd go over and practice a lot actually. So I knew I could still play. Just had to get back in shape. I don't know how much you remember at that time, but I did get up to 270.
You know what? I kind of do recall that.
Yeah, I got pretty
You're
big.
what today? What are you now, as you said?
All right, now I'm 225. But yeah, when I went to France, I think I was 260, and when I came home from France, I was 220.
Wow,
Oh.
you lost 40 there.
Yeah. Now,
Intentionally?
granted, I wasn't making much money, so I was eating chicken and potatoes every day.
Right, I remember that. They do
You
potatoes
yelled
well.
at me.
They do those potatoes well there, though. That Jacques Poupon thing, we kind of
No, they had that
squeeze
nice
them
market just right down the street
Right
from where
down
you
there,
live.
walk
right
down
on
the
corner.
street.
Yeah.
Spent $10 on chicken and potatoes.
Yeah. There you
It's a
go.
good
Went
day.
home and cooked it.
Did you said, Nate, that you weren't making much money, and you don't have to tell us how much you were making. That's your business. But at any point did you make what you would call like, oh, that's pretty good money? Did you make good money?
Oh yeah,
Did you?
last 5 years.
Really?
I mean, after that first year. But I mean, that first year, you haven't played for 2 years. You had shoulder surgery. Nobody knows what you're doing.
You got it.
Had to get back in.
Yeah, you just got
It's
to
entry level.
do what you did.
Yeah. Go back to when you said you were thinking about sophomore. You were taking heat. I remember on one of the television shows at that time when you were here that you read nasty tweets
Really?
that were directed at you. They collected them all, and then he read them on air. So there was a lot of that, wasn't there?
Oh, there's a lot of that. I can't say for sure, but I think I got more than anybody in
Because you're
a
from the
long time.
state.
From here, from Morgantown.
Yeah,
People already think I was just given because
Mhm.
of different circumstances. So, I got it. I understood it, but still, I mean, you're 19. It wears on you.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely does.
Looking back, who cares? But
Right.
that's a much more mature perspective than 19-year-olds have.
Yeah, who cares about the misspelled texts from somebody's basement? Just
Yeah.
why would someone do that?
Well,
Why would someone text?
There's a whole-
That's a whole different conversation.
there's probably multiple shows as to why people do that. The short is it makes them feel better about themselves.
Anybody ever come up? But anybody come up to your face and say it?
No. One time somebody was driving in a truck and yelled out a window. Never in front of me.
No.
Of course, drew by. Yeah. Three Guys Before the Game is brought to we got a couple new sponsors
No, more sponsors.
because you are a guy that loves hydration. I mean, one of the keys to his success to be able to play, Brad, is hydration.
Well, I think it's one of the keys to life.
That's a solid point on your part. That's why Sparky over there, Hoppy's got his big tumbler. Comax Business Systems has an opportunity for businesses, if you have a break room, if you've got any kind of a manufacturing facility, wherever it might be that you need a water machine, say goodbye to big heavy bottles, say hello to convenience.
Break room reference.
They got these machines in there now, Nate. They give you cold water,
break room
they
reference?
give you hot water, and they give you ice. These things are absolutely perfect. So forget about all those plastic bottles. Visit ComaxWV.com. That's ComaxWV.com. And staying on the topic of water, we're here, man. It's boating season.
Yes.
Lou Wendell Marine Sales happened to be the premier pontoon boat dealer in the state of West Virginia. Since the 1970s, they have been in business selling the Avalon pontoon boats, tri-tunes. One tune, two tune, tri-tune. Smoother ride, Brad.
Of course.
You know that. The one you have, you have a tri-tune?
I think ours, no. I think we got two.
Two tunes, stereo.
I don't think we're a tri-tune.
Stereo tunes.
Yeah.
Well, right now they're celebrating their 40th anniversary. Go to Comax. No, you can go to Comax, but you can go to LouWendellMarineSales.com. Sign up to win a 40 horsepower outboard Honda motor. Check it out, Lou Wendell Marine Sales. And we're going to get Brad a new raft preserver thing so he can send people out.
Two. Call that a two.
Kercheval wanted to give him one that his neighbor had that was like a piece of the Hindenburg
Been
that
in
they
the
sewed
garage
up.
since 1960.
It is
Had
not
more,
true.
offered
It
that.
had
is
more
not
dry rot on that thing.
Lou Wendell Marine's got a big selection. Probably go there than Chuck's garage. All due respect and thank you, Chuck. There. That's just a small sampling there if you're watching along.
So on the back wall
Take
to
any
the
of those. All those. The one on the far right, that little tiny one,
You like
probably
that?
isn't. Nah, probably need more than that.
What do you mean?
He fly
Well, I got
right
more
up.
people. Can't just go one at a time. Got to maximize our time.
What do you want to
Multiple
go?
people on the
You want to go four,
apparatus.
two,
Four would be ideal.
four?
Probably two. Kids are getting older. Probably two at a time works.
Kind of engine you got?
do you-
Enough.
You got, is it one or two on that thing?
Enough.
You got enough engine?
Yeah, it works. A few more years might have to upgrade, but we're okay right now.
Okay.
Thanks for asking.
Three Guys also brought to us by Tudor's Biscuit World. And guess what? Right now they're continuing to give away $100 each week. They're doing it for a space of 12 weeks. So we're in the midst of this 12 weeks. They're giving away $100 in Tudor's Biscuit gift cards. Kercheval has his tumbler mug. But all you got to do, and it's super simple, it gives you the opportunity to pick the newest merchandise items, shirts, hats, and stuff that Tudors is going to sell. Just go to this website, votetudorsmerch.com, votetudorsmerch.com, sign up, and you're eligible to win one of the $100 Tudor gift cards. They're really, really good. And in football season, Uncle Hoppy brings us, when we record on Sunday mornings, Nate, Uncle Hoppy brings us Tudor's biscuits on Sunday mornings.
We're very generous with that.
Pretty good deal.
That was a good
and
deal.
he's on fixed income now, as you well know.
I'm like Nate.
yeah, he
Wrapped it up.
ever since So visit the votetudorsmerch.com and check it out.
Hey, Nate, how was the health care? By that, I mean training facilities, because, again, you're talking about injuries you were dealing with. I mean, how was that over there?
Here's a fun fact for you. My personal not personal trainer, our team trainer, our head trainer, graduated from West Virginia University.
Well,
Of course.
Of
Why,
course.
Why wouldn't they?
Studied under the tutelage of Doc Metter.
How about that?
Is that right?
Did you know that before you got there or found that
I
out
had
when
no
you
clue.
arrived?
Found that out when I got there.
Is that
Always a West Virginia connection. That's amazing.
Not many people are aware that aren't in the world of athletic training, but WVU's program is nationally renowned.
World
renowned, and getting ready to celebrate its 50th anniversary of existence. That was John Spiker, 50 years ago, was the founding father of that program. And we've got more NFL athletic trainers. We got dudes in the NBA. We got people all over the place.
Yeah.
And including in Japan.
Come a long way since those ammonia tablets and cream of Jezik.
They still use a hydroculator, though. The old
Every time I got something wrong, my mom tells me to put horse liniment on it.
Absolutely. You're a thoroughbred. So I asked you this recently when we were just chatting on the phone. You would coach in the future if everything hadn't changed the way that it has changed to become what it has become. Is that fair?
That's fair. I don't know at what level or at what I would want to do, but to me, the point of college sports is to get a kid in when he's 18 and develop him into someone who can be successful after playing professionally or at whatever else they do in their life.
Right.
And that's just not the point of it anymore. You're going out and getting a full new team every year, getting 12 new guys in and just trying to throw Band-Aids on things. And you just don't have the control or the relationships that is what attracts me to college sports. And I don't know. I can go on a whole rant about college sports. They're just going in the wrong direction.
How so?
It's hard to care as much as a fan. A lot of fans develop relationships with certain players, certain guys, certain qualities about people, and that's just gone.
I mean, and look, I get that, and that is a common feeling. But let me be provocative and ask you this: you played at West Virginia, had a successful career. At that time, people were paying a tremendous amount of money for tickets. Their sponsors, coaches are making a bunch of money. Would it have been fair for you to get a portion of that? To share in some of that?
Absolutely. I'm not saying that's unfair. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just think there should be more limitations on
The movement?
I don't. Okay. I mean, you made a decision for a reason. If your coach leaves, yeah, transfer, fine. Mm-hmm. Nobody has any arguments with that. But just because you want to, I don't know. To me, sign a contract, 3 years, 4 years, whatever you guys agree to. I mean, you could even put money stipulations in it. If you play this way, you get this money. If you play this way, you get this money. Like what? I don't know. There's a whole lot of things you could do with it, but I just think guys coming 1 year and leaving is not good for anybody.
I do think, if you try and back yourself out and listen to conversations going on around this, I do think that's where we're headed. I think there is a general perception or acceptance now that the money is what the money is. I don't know how you can reasonably argue that these guys shouldn't get paid. I don't know I don't know if there ever was a reasonable argument. There's certainly not now. The movement, and more importantly, the constant movement, the 24/7 potential for movement, to me seems like that's what you've got to get reined in some form. And there does have to be the ability to get out of the agreement you signed when your coach leaves, as we just saw at West Virginia. That changes that equation significantly. But it seems to me, if you talk to folks, that's what causes the angst more so than the dollars.
And you have, in no other college sport, not college, no other sport do you have that. Where
No.
you can just, right?
No, you sign a contract. I get nobody's signing contracts right now. I'm not saying about right now. I just think that's the only healthy way for things to improve. And I think on top of that, you're going to have to get the conferences together. I just don't know how you do it with the whole NCAA, but if you're going to share revenue, it has to be split equally between schools in a conference. And each team or whatever has a cap on what they can spend, or you're going to lose all competitive nature of it. Nobody can compete with schools that have unlimited money. Texas A&M can throw whatever money they want at anybody. Oklahoma, Texas, like these schools can just pay more.
Yeah, you got to have self-policing. And this will be old news by the time you're listening to this. But literally, as we're recording here, a report comes out that the NCAA, so Charlie Baker, who's the head of the NCAA, made an announcement this afternoon. We're recording Tuesday afternoon, May 20, that the NCAA will give away its enforcement of amateurism to the power conferences. The SEC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the ACC will now be in charge of enforcing the House settlement terms, including the NIL clearinghouse and the revenue sharing cap, not the NCAA.
Wow.
So significant. It's what we kind of always thought, that eventually the Power Four conferences were going to control this. Now the question becomes, what's that look like?
So here's what's significant. That's on the heels of a report from Yahoo Sports that came out earlier about this. So that's kind of trailing the report that was out there. So a couple of things to me significantly, we'll move on to something else. The fact that all of the Power Fours are together in this, that is significant. And that's important, I think, number one. But number two, if you read into this a little bit and go read some of those articles, guess what the big sticking point is with everybody? Guess what everybody's having angst with? The clearinghouse. The clearinghouse has raised a lot of red flags from some people, and who could have seen that coming? So there's a lot of work to do, and this isn't just a blanket victory here that you've moved out of the NCAA. Those institutions still have to decide to follow the rules. And the next hurdle that's coming, that group is putting together documents reportedly that will supersede state laws that are in place. Some of these states have put state laws in place that say they are not going to be held to NCAA rules or this group's rules. This particular group is now saying they're going to put rules in that say they supersede state laws.
Wow.
You think some lawyers will have some fun with that,
think
saying
so.
that? So there's a lot of lawyering still to go
Absolutely.
on, but maybe a little bit of movement that you've got all the Power Fours at least coming together.
But
for
Ray,
now.
as you said, the clearinghouse is the way around the revenue sharing. And
Correct.
Right. So that's what I mean. Like if schools are basically sharing the same amount of revenue, but if you can get around it through, well, yes, this is what this this is what this athlete is valued at.
Well, that's the point. This organization is saying that should help. The clearinghouse is there to help normalize that and not let you pay. As you know, I've always argued there's no way that thing stands up in court, number one. And number two, if you read in that, there's some specific rules within the clearinghouse that say if it comes from, say, a publicly traded company, they aren't subject to the clearinghouse. And those publicly traded companies can do whatever they want. So there's a lot of runway left here to get to some sort of agreement.
But to Nathan's point, we're moving in that direction, hopefully, because you're right. If all basketball becomes, and football for that matter, but in basketball, people can get their hands around this a little bit more. If all this becomes is a 6-month TBT team, then guess what? This thing's going to go the route of the TBT, and people are going to go like this after a while. Don't care.
Don't care. Don't really want to go spend my money to watch them.
Don't see that. I've seen that show. Don't care. We've got to get some more teeth into this thing for a little bit more, so it can be more solid.
While at the same time, the cost of the fan participation continues to rise.
Absolutely. You know, I talk about this all the time. That Final Four team that West Virginia had in 2010 would have never been together.
Nope.
John Beeline's great teams would have never been together.
None of them would have been together.
Your team that had a great run, I mean, you guys would have got picked apart.
Yeah.
There would have been guys gone. That's what stinks to me. That's what hurts me is I would just like to have an opportunity to keep teams together. If guys make money, I'm totally cool with that. But it's just this bouncing. It's unbelievable.
But at the same time, just before when we were having our pre-show meeting, we were talking about
we really don't have pre-show meetings. No, don't talk about that. Don't bring that name up because that was something Hall of Fame-ish.
Okay, we'll talk about it later in the break room.
Oh, no. You can bring up Javon Small. I thought we were talking about someone else we were talking about.
Javon Small had 1 year, and you were going to say what a great year he had, and we all enjoyed watching Javon Small, and we'll remember Javon Small for a long, long time, for one season.
For one
season.
Great year. He was a player you never would have had if you didn't have this mobility.
That's right.
I know.
So, that's right.
I know.
I don't think one guy's great year outweighs seeing a group come together and build over 4 years to become a successful team. I think people are going to remember the Final Four longer than they remember Javon. That's no offense to Javon, but
Florida Gator fans had a pretty good year. They won an old natty. We hang a natty here. You're going to have fun with it.
You think that can happen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can put a team together.
Yes. Yeah, and I do think to argue the other side of that,
you could do it, Nate. You could.
And here's the other part of this.
You got to hit it right.
Had West Virginia been in the old rules with a coach leaving after 1 year and the transition from Hugs to Josh to Darren to Ross in the old rules, we'd be staring down a long time of waiting to rebuild the thing. And now you have the ability to restart it a lot more quickly than you did.
You can build it back now. Dude.
You can build it back. I'm saying a school like
Go ahead,
us
say
is
it.
going to have just an absolutely incredible one-off, holy crap, we got lucky. Because as soon as we have a team good enough to go to the Sweet 16, guess
gonna get
what?
picked
They're
apart.
all gone.
Yeah. Player retention is going to be huge. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
It'll be all right.
Unless rules-wise we come up with something that puts a little bit more stickiness into their retention.
It will. Everybody just chill out. It'll get there. Just take some time.
Three guys
It'll get there.
3 guys before the game is
It'll be fine.
brought to us.
Don't worry about it.
3 guys before the game. Brought to us by GoMart.
It'll get there.
If you don't have a GoMart app right now, you are you're just like dropping money out. Like you had holes in your pockets and money just comes out. Here's why. Here in this month of May, with the app, 24-ounce Sprite, just $1.79. $1 off 2 sparkling ice drinks. Sweet Tooth, how about $1 off 2 king-size Hershey bars? Or become a rewards member to unlock exclusive deals like Hostess Bag Donuts, 2 for $5. Jack Links, 2 for $4.
Those are the donuts or the donuts?
Donuts.
But they're in the bag, not the sleeve.
Correct.
Also
All this
very
and
good.
more just to tap away with the GoMart app. Download the GoMart app. Hoppy, what the heck do you got over there?
Hold
you
on.
Can get
Did
those
you
at
say pistachios, 2 for $6? Those are still on sale.
I didn't mention pistachios.
I was there yesterday. Didn't get my usual pump. Was a little bit bummed out with gas. Had to go to a different pump.
Oh my gosh.
Threw me off.
OCD.
Rolled in, always get the same pump. Had to go down 4. Packed there at the GoMart. Had to go down 4.
You are like
I was
Somebody
behind.
said my pump.
Was
Got my
trying to
pump.
get into Sportsline. I was behind, or I was going to go and buy you some pistachios, 2 for $6.
Oh, thank you.
The thought was there. I didn't execute
Hey,
it.
the thought matters.
I did not
The
execute.
Thought matters.
I'll work on that.
Appreciate that.
I think they're the shelled ones, though. Those take a little more work.
Yeah,
That's all right.
better.
That's
Those
okay.
are
It's better,
better because
yeah.
otherwise,
It makes
if
it
they're-
work.
If they're out of the shell, then you go
It's
like
the whole bag.
It's like a
Correct.
backhoe.
Correct. Get a big glucose spike, I think, when you do that.
By the way, congratulations to your boy
Who's that?
Blaine.
Oh, yeah. We're excited about that.
Blaine Stewart and Nate, friends since they were little weebles. And obviously Blaine now with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Football Club of the National Football League. So he's doing well.
Oh, congratulations to
That's
Blaine
awesome.
Stewart.
Good for him.
Gives me somewhere to visit in the winter.
Sure.
Good
You
dude.
guys,
Good spot.
did you guys do? They didn't do the come over and visit this year.
Blaine was going to, and then
Job
he
change.
got that job, and then that changed. I had one friend come,
Who came? Which
Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, he's always in.
He's always been. He's never missed a year.
Yeah. Nick didn't come over.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nick didn't come.
These guys are getting older. Then they got real jobs.
You want to do this?
Yeah. Which story on your? What
Yeah,
is
what,
that?
what do you have down there?
What do you got over there?
I got Reese's PBJ assortment.
What?
The hell of a big bag.
What's in there? So peanut butter and Reese's
Who gave
peanut
you
butter and
those?
jelly?
It's Reese's. This so as Nate and I were talking about our IT band issues, and I've been going to physical therapy at
Such an old person statement. I've been going to the physical therapy for my IT band. It's just been all kinds of trouble.
at Peak Health, and Travis is one of the physical therapists there, and he's a loyal 3 Guys listener. He says, in fact, he gets in the car with his wife, and he's got about 10 kids, and he gets in the car, and he turns on the podcast, and he says, the kid's grown.
Yeah.
His
Thank
wife,
you.
Does his wife grown too?
His wife, I think, to like, okay, whatever, and then he wants to listen to it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but big 3 Guys, and Travis brought that in for the whole crew. And Brad, what did I do? What did I do? I brought
You
it
brought it in without opening it.
Oh,
without it.
shoot.
What?
I got that bag. Can I ask you to go get that bag?
Yeah, I'll
Brad?
get it. Where is it?
On
Okay,
my
let me go.
desk. That doggone bag.
Are you going?
I'll go. Pass those around.
Well, just hang on. Hey, stay there for 1 second, though, Hop. So
Those do look good.
we've mentioned. You ever ride dirt bikes?
No.
You haven't done that?
One time, I
Okay.
ran my dad over.
Did you?
Yep.
Oops.
At the end of that. Well, we've been talking. You know Rev Kev,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we've been talking about massive event is coming up June 12th through June 15th. You know this since you were raised here. The High Point National Motocross event coming up every year, right, in Mount Morris. So Hoppy is going to ride a bike. We're going to be there on Friday, June 13th. Rev Kev's going to be there serving barbecue. and Hoppy is going to be on a bike, and he's going to go for a run. You got to check it out.
This is on a flat track, though, right? He's not going over any jumps.
Oh, no, it's not flat.
What?
Wait a minute. Wait.
No, it's not flat.
No, his
it's
ride
motocross.
is flat.
It's not. No. It's not street riding. It's motocross riding.
I understand, but I'm not doing.
Go to the
moguls.
website.
That's not wise.
Moguls.
I don't even know if you should do a ramp.
Go to the
keep it flat.
I'm going to jump over 6 cars.
Go to the website
Knievel.
highpointmx.com for all the ticket information. Now check this out. If you buy tickets, highpointmx.com, use the code when you check out 3 guys, the number 3 in guys, it will unlock a chance to win a new Stacy 16E electric balance bike.
Oh, nice.
And that thing is priced.
Nice. Look at it.
It's over $1,000.
Wow.
So you must buy the tickets online before the 31st of May. You must be present to win. And again, put in 3 guys when you check out if you buy tickets to this event, one of the biggest events out there in the motocross world. So do check that out. highpointmx.com. We'll talk more about that as days go.
When is that? When's that come up? June?
Yeah.
Middle of June?
Yeah. We're going to be there Friday the 13th. It goes June 12th through 15th.
Wait a minute. I'm riding on Friday the 13th.
He's going over jumps on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's right. Knievel.
I think I have a Homeless Dave says I have a training session coming up.
You do. You think this is for you to know that?
What?
He's training.
What could go wrong?
Like everything. You think IT band's a
I
problem?
was going to say, make sure your IT band's healthy.
Get the peak health folks on alert, on standby.
Well, hell with that. Get the helicopter. Get the life flight thing out there. Just park
Keep
that
it
thing
flat.
there.
Don't go over any. You don't need to jump.
No, I'm not doing
Leave that to the professionals.
Absolutely.
Have you ridden a motorcycle in the past, Hoppy?
A long time ago.
How
I had a
long?
motorcycle.
You did?
Yeah.
First I've heard of that.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay. Cool. Okay, will you stay? You got anywhere good? Can you stay around for textual healing? That was one textual healing.
So
when is that thing coming up? Middle of June. So how long does he have? He has a month? 3 weeks?
He's got less than a month. He's got 3 weeks. There's going to be a lot of training going on here. Plus, he's got to go to the PT for the IT band. Plus, he's doing all other kinds of stuff.
What's the thing on your desk you want me to get?
When you go to my desk,
Yeah.
there's just a blue bag with 2 little handles on it.
Blue bag too. Okay.
Gifts from a listener that have been sitting on my desk. We've got to do it this episode because
Yeah, why? Go ahead and tell them why.
I've been starting to eat them.
Yeah, it's almost all gone. They're
Well,
almost
I
all
haven't
gone.
seen it. Have you
Correct.
seen it?
Well, he did offer me some yesterday finally, but we were down to like the final cookie.
Give some of those to
And we'll get it to him.
Nate.
All right, you do this. Hoppy's going away.
You can start recording now. Go.
Yeah, Hoppy's going away. Hoppy's going away for a second. Let's 1, 2, 3, go. Here, textual healing. Hoppy's going to come back with a bag. Textual Healing is brought to us by episode800.com. That's where you can buy all of our stuff, from our coffee to our apparel to our popcorn. Can I admit something to you? They probably not pass dietitians and health code.
Sure.
You know what I had for breakfast this morning?
What?
Had my normal coffee, cappuccino,
Yeah.
and about 3/4 of a bag of our new Home Run 304 popcorn.
Well, I'm sure it was awesome,
It was great.
but you probably got a little
yeah,
sugar spike.
Probably
out of it.
didn't need the sugar that early in the morning.
Probably
I'm gonna
paired
just-
well together, though.
Let me just tell you something. That's fantastic popcorn. It truly is. Home Run 304, it's available on the site. Mountaineer Munch is also there, but the Home Run 304 is our new corn.
And with the coffee, it was a nice flavor palette there.
So I had a couple coffees.
Yeah.
Then I took some iced tea. I got more caffeine in me than I don't know what to do with. It's really good. Yeah, really good. Okay, so text line, as you saw there, is always open. We got stuff that is going on, and we begin with this one. This is a first on 3 Guys. The 3 Guys gender reveal baby has finally arrived. Nathan, we announced a gender reveal of a listener's baby on this podcast. It's been a while ago. And now we are delighted and thrilled to announce that Carson Reed Brinkley was born on May 7, 2:39 in the afternoon at 6 pounds and 12 ounces. Healthy. Look at that. And the sweetest little boy you could imagine. Morgan and I are glad that you guys could be a small part of it. Maybe one day he'll suit up for the old gold and blue if we're lucky. As his onesie says, it is a great day to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be. Let's go Mountaineers. Joey and Morgan Brinkley in Princeton, West Virginia.
Hold on one
Hang
sec.
on.
Little variation in your quote there. Put that back up if you could, Jake. It's a great day to become
That's
a
cute.
Mountaineer.
That's cute.
As he was just born.
Awesome. Now, let me also say something parenthetically, not about Carson, but about this. The distance between this studio and my desk is no more than up and down the stairs in 48 seconds. Our boy Kirchhoff made a detour. Just saying.
Probably.
Poor buddy. IT band.
Might take him a while.
Bladder's completely shot. I hate to see sorry. Most feel, Texter says, that the portal and NIL need modifications. The portal acts as a conduit to move athletes all around the country. The money from NIL fuels the movement. Some may attend 3 or more institutions. I struggle to understand how men and women float and earn a degree. The terms student athletes and athlete students sound the same but have completely different meanings. Athlete students are students in school prioritizing doing well in their sport over their academic performance. I recently heard a guest on Three Guys say, I'm here to play ball. He is, by definition, an athlete student. There is a form of audition negotiations and contract agreements only to say a small percentage of those athletes across sports will be classified as athlete student. But what becomes of these pay-for-play athletes when their time is expired? In fairness, it should be noted WVU has a combined APR of 989. West Virginia is 989, 5 points higher than the NCAA's overall 4-point average. Yeah, it's George and Daniels. Different world, man. Different world. No question it's changed.
Saw Javon and Eduardo walk this weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Got their degrees. Yeah.
Here's something. I didn't know about this at all. Can we show that next picture, please, Jake? So you delivered commencement Hoppy at Shepherd, huh?
I did.
Didn't know about that at all. Didn't
First
mention
I've heard
that
of
to
that.
us.
How'd it go?
It went, I thought it went very well. Also received an honorary degree from the university.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's your 3rd honorary degree. You've got Wesleyan, Shepherd, and WVU now. Holy. Were they pissed that you transferred out of there and went portal at Shepherd to come to West Virginia?
I did go portal, but
Yeah, I hope you didn't give some portal discussion or big rant on the portal there since you used it to leave their fine institution.
Were they aware that you didn't graduate from there?
they were aware, but I said that I came to WVU because WVU had a broadcast journalism degree program at the time. Shepherd did not, but that I had a
Didn't need to take a shot at Shepherd. I mean, they're out
fond
there
memories of
trying.
Shepherd.
Their
But I will-
graduation announcement, just killing your curriculum.
I will tell you this, that they were very specific. Wonderful people there. President Hendricks and the folks there. They said, no longer than 7 minutes. So I started out, you've heard me use this line before, and I said that thanks for inviting me for the commencement address. I said, I'm a talk show host. I can go all day.
Sure.
To which there was like a
groan?
A groan. I said, however, President Hendricks has limited me to 7 minutes, which was met with mild applause, followed by, and the better news is I'm already 1 minute in, which was met with
Thunderous
applause. Not thunderous applause, but so yeah, I brought it in, Tony, you like that. I brought it in at about 6:30.
I do you would. I learned that from Hoppy a long time ago, man. Keep it short. In and out. I heard one. I don't want to mention, I don't even know this person's name, but I was told recently someone was told 7 minutes and they turned the microphone off at 45.
Oh.
True.
Really?
Mhm.
At a commencement address or something else? Or?
Something like that kind of a thing, yeah.
Hoppy knows how to hit a hard break, though.
Oh,
So there's
I'm
no
surprised
problem.
he didn't end it like that. Hey, I'm trying to say, it's 6:55 on my watch. Let's pause for a hard break. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
I will tell you this, that, and I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look up the name, but sitting next to me on the stage there was the chairman of the Board of Governors for Shepherd, who played on Shepherd's football team as the left tackle.
Oh.
on their. So we had we had some
That's
football
awesome.
talk
Yeah, absolutely.
while they were getting to the L's and the J's and the graduation announcements.
If you're a regular listener, you're familiar with the unbelievable support that we've gotten out of Weirton. And Texter says, great seeing you, Tony, at the Pittsburgh stop of the coach's caravan. Please send my sincerest apologies to a Mr. John S. Marshall for diverting our entire Olashuk clan to Pittsburgh instead of going to the Wheeling Caravan event, Hoppy. That said, we had a fantastic time in the Berg. In fact, such a good time that my mom and aunt are heading back to the Wheeling Caravan. Though let's be honest, your homemade bread might have a little something to do with it. So here we go. Okay. Show these pictures. So this is the Olashuk gang, right?
They're all there.
Donna is there. She, Hoppy, has made numerous pepperoni rolls and elements. So go ahead, flip through those. So that was there. And then you got the head football coach. You got the athletics director.
Oh my gosh.
He was in there. And then we just took a bunch of pictures. We just took a bunch of pictures. So one of the dudes in the picture, there you go, there's Ross. He was getting his first pepperoni rolls. Pepperoni rolls for Ross.
Yeah.
So Brian, right, the nephew out of Chandler, Arizona, he comes up to me and he says,
frequent texter.
Yeah, he says, hey, I got something. I got some stuff here for you. Talk about international travel. He works internationally. He says, I was in Greece recently. Don't know if he ran into Oliver Straw's dad or whatever. I don't know what's going on. Then was in Australia. And he brought me this bag of stuff, which has been on my desk for a long time. And so I've opened it. Carmelo koalas are freaking awesome.
What are they?
These are Tim Tams, which I think best thing from Australia I've ever had. These are basically mint Girl Scout cookies that we have here, only 4 times the size and the crunch.
Any of those left?
Yeah, there's some. Cherry ripe. This thing, I opened one of these. I already had one of these. There were 2 in there. Violet crumbles, like sponge candy. That was really, really good. Gummies. I don't know if the kind of gummies that most people use nowadays. But anyway, it was all good. So, Brian, this is a great family. Great family. It's pretty wild here. It's good.
Hey, Nate, is it true they have like all kind of weird flavored Kit Kats in Japan?
That is true. I had an orange Kit Kat.
Try that. Yeah, orange is good. Orange. I've had the orange. Good.
They have wasabi? Don't they have wasabi Kit Kat?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, we've had those here.
Listeners sent those in. That's right. Yeah.
That's right. You've seen this.
Texter says, since you guys are big swag gear guys, have you been following John Gruden and his box openings of college sports gear? West Virginia's got to get with the program, get him a box. I think it's only a matter of time before Austin over at football and Kyle over at basketball for WV. I would think they're going to send him a box full of stuff.
I watch way too many of those.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, they're really good.
You know how much I'm into gear.
Oh, you love gear.
Love that when the box shows up.
Next one, very serious.
We could just replace that. We could do a box opening here of gear.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle or Austin, send it over here. We'll just open it on the show.
Mm-hmm. We could do
That'd be fine, too. Gruden's already got enough gear over there.
He's got a lot
That's
of
a good
gear.
idea.
He's got more gear than he needs.
Send it here. Take care of it.
Hey, 3 guys, just wanted to let you know I've been listening to you all since the first episode. I operate heavy equipment, listen to you every day, plus Sportsline. Reason for texting. My dad, who was what I would say one of the most loyal WVU fans, lost his 2.5-year battle with cancer 2nd of April this year. He didn't listen to you all, but I always would let him know what old Tony, Brad, and the Hobster had to say. He would tell stories of listening to pregame with Jack Fleming and Woody O'Hara as they drove to the games. We've had season tickets for football since 1982. He was in the hospital when we needed to renew our tickets, and I asked him about them, and I said, are we still going to go get them? And he said, of course we are. After he passed, I contemplated on how I would be able to go to the games without my best friend watching with me. I know my dad would want me to keep the tradition going and continue to go and take my son with me, so that's what I'm going to do and continue listening to the Best Sports Guys podcast. Here's to episode 800, and to the best dad ever, Jim Gano. Love you, Pops. And this is from Jim and Jamie. If you show me that picture there they are, man, in the stands. And those memories obviously are everlasting, and we send our deepest sincere apologies or sympathies to you on your loss. But at the same time, know that he's always going to be with you when you're in those stands. And then I was thinking about that picture in the sense that how many other people have that exact memory of decades and decades of being with family members, many who are no longer with us. And that's the true essence of that.
It's kind of the whole point of college sports right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the stuff we always talk about as the TV networks try and navigate this through to niche this down to just a few schools. That's what's wrong. What's right is that picture. That's what college sports is.
Hey, Nate, we were talking earlier about the mean tweets, the mean texts from the jerks. Did you, when you were playing, did you also know, maybe because you grew up here, you knew what, like a story like that, like how much Mountaineer athletics mean to people?
Oh, absolutely, I knew. I mean, it meant that to me growing up. Me and my mom and dad and brother used to drive from Fort Ashby to come over to go games. We used to, I remember going to the Coliseum when I was 4 years old.
Wow.
Just stuff like that. That's what makes you want to do it.
Yeah.
Shout out Fort Ashby. How long were you there?
5 years. From when I was 3 until I was 8.
First I've heard of that. Texter says, I really love the show. I'm old enough to remember the facilities building. Not to be that guy, but the correct pronunciation is Schadenfreude. Thought you would want to know. Jeff in Winchester, Virginia.
I think I said Schadenfreude and got it wrong.
Yeah, whatever. Got a problem here. And Brad, this is something we had to deal with on Friday of last week. Charlie from Midlothian writes,
Okay.
Watched episode 636. I'd like to offer 2 comments. The first involves those throwback football helmets. When I saw those for the first time, my immediate reaction was to the color of the state was that big screw job by Bubba of UNC to the men's basketball team. The second is in regard to the pink while you route slips. The best prank involves someone returning, say, at like 3 o'clock into their office, and you put the time on the slip. You say it was 10:15, call arrives, and the message reads, your wife wants to know where you keep the fire extinguisher.
I looked upstairs.
Because if you were gone from 10:15 to 3, how would you know somebody called?
Yeah, and you'd hate to see
wouldn't
why
have any
she
idea.
wanted the
no
fire
way to
extinguisher.
know.
Wouldn't have any idea.
But anyway,
No way to know.
So last Friday afternoon, late morning, last Friday, I'm home. I get a phone call. I'm on the lawnmower, right?
Yeah.
But I look down, see who it is.
I didn't think you mowed the lawn.
Yeah,
Do your
nonstop.
thing.
Love it. Anyway, I look down. I shut the mower. And like most times, I just look at it and call him back later. Director of athletics
Okay.
is calling me. And so I started, idler down. Okay. Said, what's up, man? And instantly I could tell we got problem. Hey, he said, hey. I said, yeah. I kind of knew before we even started talking where this thing was going. So on our last episode, I may have said that Ren called that blue on those new unis teal.
Oh.
And Brad, we had a conversation, kind of like that blue that you've got on right there.
Yeah.
And you said, and I said, I think there's going to be a line of WVU apparel that's going to be in that color. So I said, well, yeah. He goes, you know what?
And I jumped out. I won't leave you alone on an island there.
Yeah.
I jumped in and said, it's not teal. I don't know why teal is out there.
Well,
it's not a teal color.
I tried to state.
And I don't know why Ren called it teal.
Okay,
go ahead.
I tried to state my case to him, and then he said, well, just hang on. He goes, let me get Brad on the line. So he three-wayed.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So we three-wayed. All of a sudden, Skippy comes on the line there.
Pretty impressed how he handled the technology
Yeah,
of the
well,
three-way.
I mean,
It was very
he's
smooth.
a young
He's
guy.
out front
He's
on
very
that.
smooth.
He's out front on that stuff. He's putting calls together all the time with these people, you know.
So I got conferenced in.
So he got conferenced in. He said, I said,
Were
Brad,
you
we got
mowing as well?
I was not mowing.
I said,
Okay.
we got a situation here. He goes, what's the deal? He goes, I never said teal. So we went back and looked at the tape. No, he really never did say teal. He has used the word turquoise.
Well, it's not turquoise either.
It's not, which I pointed out to him, but he was right, and we said we would make an attraction. He did say turquoise. When
He
I
never
talked
said
to him about
teal.
it, he did say turquoise, not teal. So that was our mistake. It's not. I mean, I don't think it's turquoise either.
It's light blue. I
But-
mean, what's
In an effort to be correct in the criticism,
okay?
it wasn't teal. Teal was never mentioned.
Okay. So we have to correct that for the director of athletics.
Yeah.
Well, you can call teal, turquoise. Color is in the eye of the beholder, but there's going to be some stuff out.
No, it's not.
There's going to be some stuff out in light blue.
In light blue. There, that's it. We'll just land on that. That's it.
Gonna
That
be
puts
light
it all
blue
to bed.
stuff.
Ren did not say teal, but it's going to be it's a light blue color is what it is.
It's very similar to that.
Similar. There's some questions about exactly what light blue is going to be used.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, there's some questions about that.
They didn't have PMS back in the 50s or 60s, whenever those uniforms were
60s.
played.
So they'll work through it, but it will be a light blue with gear to follow.
It's like, what color we got?
But for the record, Ren did not call it teal at any point that we
But
can
he
remember.
was very honest in saying he may have used the word turquoise.
Yes.
Which is
He did admit to turquoise, but not teal.
Yeah,
So
just
fair
for the
enough.
record.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, let's go through some pictures here recently. We've had some
It is more
pictures that we
turquoise
haven't been
than
able to
teal.
get
It
into.
was closer to
Lydia. You guys know Lydia?
Sure. Well
you know Lydia?
documented.
You know Lydia.
Why are you surprised I know Lydia?
How'd you know Lydia?
Lydia who?
Lydia from Fairmont.
Oh, maybe not.
So, hey, put that. Yeah, there you go. So that's
Sorry,
Lydia.
sister.
Saw her. Oh, his sister.
yeah, there's
no. Lydia.
Adrian.
So she's a huge Mountaineer fan. So
Wonderful.
met her
I
at
was
the
so
baseball
surprised.
game. And also, she was at the AD's luncheon last week. Good to see her. Huge Mountaineer fan. Also ran into these other folks recently. Now, that is Tommy Boy from Independence.
Sure it is.
He's the one that sent us 709 bottles of root beer.
Bought out the entire store wherever he was.
Yeah, so that was good. Great to see. I saw him at the baseball game. Tommy Boy, great dude. And then, let me see here. Jennings down there in Charleston without his beard.
Yeah.
And I was
It's P1 Jennings.
P1 Jennings. And then Jeff, the tire guy. Oh, no, that's Rusty.
Oh, Rusty's
from
got
Mountaineer
our-
Roasting. He's got all of our coffee there.
Sure.
Good to see
Sending
him.
that out.
And then it was Jeff that's Jeff, the tire guy, not to be confused with Jeff, the bread guy in Parkersburg.
He's got one of the original shirts, too.
OG.
He does.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He did a better job at taking pictures. I had some great interactions Saturday at the baseball game, including CJ, Bill's son CJ, Bill the cookie guy.
Yeah,
Was
sure,
there- had
absolutely.
cookies.
CJ's a
Got
good dude.
A couple of those cake pops there.
Miss Bill this time of the year. Don't see
Saw
him.
some other folks too.
Here's turquoise.
Yeah.
Paul in Tampa, Hoppy,
I'm
wants to know
That's why I said about that.
when's the best time of the year to come to a Mountaineer game to see the leaves
even
at
close.
peak.
Mid-October, maybe.
So he was saying, I'm thinking 25 October for TCU. I said, that's too late.
You know, it kind of depends a little bit. 25 October might be a little late, but it can be one thing down here and another thing up at Cooper's Rock, right?
Oh, yeah. I'd say this. Yeah. I'd get here earlier than that. You just don't know. George in Hong Kong now lives in Charleston. One of my rare texts, listening to you talking about who gets into the Hall of Fame with guys playing for just like 1 year. The key is play as many places as you want before you come to West Virginia, but then spend at least your last year, then you could be eligible. So he's going graduation route. Forrest in Morgantown. Hello, gents. Long time since I reached out. I spent 2 hours on the tarmac waiting to take off this week while listening to your last episode. That inspired me, and I thought, since Hoppy is only in the office 1 to 2 days a month, a true while you were out is probably needed. So he made this for us. Take a look at this. It's actually three guys. It's actually 3 guys. Now, if you get up to that thing close enough,
Oh, is that?
it's absolutely hilarious
while
what
you
it
were
says
out,
on
what's
there.
it say? While you were out? Is that what
Yeah, so doggone it, I probably should have
it
had
is? While
that.
you were away?
Yeah, but it's got like all of our little lines, and all of our people that are watching this will get the
Oh, I'd
little.
like to see that.
Yeah. There's a lot of funny stuff in there. Thank you.
I don't
Who's that
think.
from?
That was from
Unsigned?
Forrest.
Oh, Forrest. Good
See,
job,
Nate,
Forrest.
run that by Nate because Nate would have no idea what that is.
You know what a pink slip is, Nate?
Nope, not a
He's
clue.
too young. He doesn't know that.
How about this one? I just got this one today. Today I started my internship. I looked at my phone on my desk and saw the famous "While You Were Out" notepads. Look at that. So some person started an internship today, and there's a pink slip
And they're still in use.
that says "While You Were Out." What the heck?
I looked upstairs in our supplies closet. We don't have any.
Of course we don't.
Tell Nate what it is.
So
I mean, I
before-
get the premise.
hard
While
line-
you were gone, what happened?
Yeah, no one could leave a
I
message.
thought
'cause-
maybe you didn't follow the thing
They had
before.
to- they had to
voicemail and
write
stuff.
it down and give it to you.
Yes. And so our point was like, if you were out of the office, you had no idea what was happening until you got back. just out driving around aimlessly to your meetings. You had no idea that anybody was looking for you.
Like Ren would not have been able to get in touch with Tony. There would be a note at the office.
Would have had to schedule a meeting. Mm-hmm. I would have got back. He would have got in from the lawn mowing, and there would have been a note. The director would like to see you at 3 p.m. Then you'd have to get dressed, shower up, you go in for a meeting.
There it is.
That's from today, guys.
There they are.
That's somebody's on an internship, and they're still using that stupid thing. Jeez. Good Lord. Phil in Ashland, Kentucky, since you had a Mothman reference to start the show, I thought I'd share this picture. A few years ago, my wife bought me a 6-foot wood outline of the state. I recently had it painted to highlight different areas of the state, including the Mothman's hometown.
Oh.
Take a look at that.
Oh,
so you got the Mothman up there?
Yeah.
Upper left. Got bear over toward the panhandle. Got a bear loose in the eastern panhandle.
Nice. Did you see what that note said? It said, while you were out, your typewriter arrived.
Texter. They still exist at Donut Connection in Kanawha City, the infamous peanut donut. Remember I was raving about the peanut donut? There they are.
Yeah.
Peanut is a good donut.
Unless you're allergic.
Matt from Morgantown.
I'd eat those.
Hello!
I'd eat that whole basket.
You'd eat. Your breadth is pretty wide on things you would eat.
Matt says, I had the pleasure of meeting Brad at the final Mountaineer baseball game. It was great to chat all things Mountaineer sports, and I appreciate him chatting with me for the last 3 innings I was there. Great to meet you. Hope to chat again soon. Let's go Mountaineers.
Yeah, I had a great talk with Matt from Morgantown.
Wow. Tim in Vienna, my wife and I went to the baseball game Saturday. Game wasn't great. We had the chance to eat Rev Kev's barbecue for the first time. It was outstanding. We both agreed some of the best brisket we've ever had. Does he have a place where he announces a schedule of places he's going to be? So he only cooks in Morgantown. I would go to the source dot. Hell, probably shouldn't say that when it's a church that's got the barbecue. Rev Kev, he gave me dispensation on that. It's the sourcewv.org, something like that. But then they'll have their schedule. They cook like once a month at the church, and you come pick it up.
Hey, Tony, you mentioned a couple of those texts, WVU baseball game. We know they've been struggling, right? Lost the last 4, but they're heading into the Big 12 tournament, and on Thursday they'll play the winner, I think, of Texas Tech and somebody. Cincinnati. And so I was looking this up. I was trying to find something to say about, and Brad, this applies to you because you played baseball, about streaks. You know how streaks are in baseball, right? Hank Aaron said,
"Oh,
my motto was always keep swinging, whether I was in a slump or feeling badly or having a horrible time off the field. The only thing to do was what, Brad?
Keep swinging.
Keep swinging.
Got to show up and keep playing.
Keep playing. So
you know what the Big 12 champion Mountaineers are going to do this week? They're going to take their bye. They're going to take their number 1 seed in the whole tournament and go into Arlington there. Keep swinging.
Yogi Bear had a good quote about when he was asked about being in a slump. He says, I ain't in a slump. I'm just not hitting.
Solid point. 3 guys before the game is brought to us by Jan Dills, attorneys at law. They will not take no for an answer. And I was with last week. I went to Parkersburg Friday. Saw Jan's dad.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Buzzy. You know Buzzy, don't you? Yeah, Buzzy. Yeah. And we were talking. It's simply amazing the size and the scope of this law firm. And it's based out of Parkersburg, but doing business in 48 different states here in the United States, specializing in Social Security disability benefit claims and military disability benefit claims. So if you or someone that you know are dealing with those issues, best thing to do is contact them before you begin the process so that they can have their hand all along as they guide you through what is an arduous process in filing for both Social Security and military. And I give you that stat, 88% of all first-time claims for Social Security disability benefits are rejected. So go with the folks that do it and are specially trained in it. It's Jan Dills, attorneys at law.
You should have asked her dad, raising her, did he ever tell her no?
No, she won't take no for an answer.
Will not.
No.
How many states are they in?
48. There's only 2 others.
Well, Greenland might be in there.
Texter, how about this one? I walked into my son's basketball tournament in Houston, Texas. woman was there taking the money. She saw my West Virginia hat. She says, West Virginia. I used to date a guy who played basketball there. I said, oh, really? Who's that? She said, Seldon Jefferson. Always a West Virginia connection.
Always.
One of the greats.
Seldon was good. Seldon was a good player. Involved in what I think was one of the greatest head-to-head, mano-a-mano battles that I've ever seen, and that was Seldon against Antonio Daniels, West Virginia Bowling Green NIT game. Daniels, who would go on to play in the Coliseum. Mm-hmm. Daniels, who would go on to play for over a decade, I would imagine, in the NBA.
Was a top 5 pick.
He and Seldon just matching hoops. Great game.
Nate, who was your most memorable one-on-one in your college days? Mano-a-mano. Anybody stand
Me?
out? Yeah.
Nah, no one stands out. Not too many one-on-one matchups for me.
Niang?
Oh, Georges was tough to guard.
Georges. He gave it the full Georges. He didn't even give you the George. He just Georges. Boy,
He's still playing.
He has a
He's
career.
still playing.
He got a career, man.
Yeah.
Good morning, Tony, Brad, Hoppy. This is Rue from Buchanan. I hope this isn't too long, but here it goes. This is pretty neat. This past Friday was a fireman's parade for the West Virginia Strawberry Festival. And my dad, not feeling well, asked if I would take his Jeep and meet the WV mascot and ride with them in the parade. With pride, I said, sure. I knew Cade was the new Mountaineer mascot. By the way, Cade Kincaid's the new Mountaineer mascot. He's fantastic. He's from Fayetteville. Last week at the Mountaineer baseball game, Ren came up to me, had a Tupperware container, and brought me unfreaking believable peanut butter fudge from Cade's mom. She made it for Ren and for me.
Nice.
It was Mrs. Cade, Mrs. Kincaid. Whatever you do for a living, stop it. Just make the peanut butter fudge, because that was breathtaking.
Wow.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Anyway,
Anyway,
endorsement.
back to my statement. So, his dad's been driving around in the Strawberry Festival close to here. So I pull up to my spot in the lineup, and lo and behold, it was not Cade. It was the alternate Mountaineer, Rachel Morgan. Cade was at the baseball game. Rachel was sent to the parade. Let's give Rachel a 3-guys shout-out. What an outstanding young lady. What an outstanding job she did representing West Virginia and the pride of our state.
There she is.
Look at this. Look at that Jeep.
Wow.
Now, Brad, you're a Jeep guy like that. That thing is sweet. And I know Rachel. I know her parents. And she is absolutely just terrific. And go ahead, Jakey, flip through some of those pics. There she is. That'd be like a good picture, like in a major Sports Illustrated, like blowout type thing.
Did a nice job.
That's gorgeous.
Good to see Rachel on there.
Well,
She's
sure.
big into analytics.
Oh, I didn't know
She's
that.
interested, yeah.
Did not know. First I've heard of that.
Do you ever notice that in the promotions that you see on sports channels where they have the mascots involved, I rarely, if ever, see the Mountaineer, which seems like a natural to me.
Yeah, they like them big-headed,
Yeah.
goofy things.
Wouldn't the Mountaineer be a natural?
Yeah, sure. We had a nice
Come
run
up with
there on
some
that.
NIL money.
We had a nice run with that Allstate commercial in the football
Not
thing
just
where they
going on there
spelled
to
West
help that.
Virginia wrong.
Not going on there to help the
That was a
company.
good
They
run.
got
Had that going for a little bit.
That was a good run. That's good publicity right
Got the
there.
right money. Yeah.
Last one, Brad from Charleston.
Cough up the money. Best mascot in America. Pay him accordingly.
Summer season is in full effect. I got my season football tickets picked out last week. I might be more excited that I got the 17th row for Red Rocks to see Charles Wesley Godwin flying out from Charleston, West by God. Sure would like to meet this awesome artist, Brad from Charleston. So Charles is playing Red Rocks like in the fall, like October.
Headlining it.
Yeah. He was in the UK this weekend, Hop.
Really?
He did Glasgow, Manchester, and Royal Albert Hall in London.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing all right.
Now, you know Charles Wesley, don't you?
I know Charles
Nathan?
Wesley.
Because if you took your shirt off right now and spun around, we got some CWG lyrics on your
Old
back.
school lyrics.
That's
lyrics no one knows.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, that was back in his Vandalia fame when he had a 3-person group with Charles's first band was Vandalia. And Nate's got the lyrics to West Virginia Highway. on his how many do you have the full chorus out there? What do you have?
No,
What's it say?
Just one quote.
What's
if
it say?
I wake in West Virginia, I have won.
If I wake in West Virginia, I have won.
I did not know you had ink.
Oh yeah, he got a little ink.
It's hidden.
It's hidden. It's safe. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. So yeah. So congrats to Charles. He continues to do extremely well.
Oh yeah, friend of the program.
That tour has started that he's going to play a couple of dates on. It started last week. Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, the Outlaws tour. And they were in the West Coast this past weekend, California, Arizona. And when it comes this way, he's definitely doing Charlotte with those guys and one other date.
Are you kidding?
No. Mm-mm.
That's unbelievable. That's outstanding. Yeah. Very well deserved.
Yeah, he's hotter than hot. Hotter than hot.
Well, I haven't seen him since the Three Guys tailgate.
Since the what?
Three Guys tailgate.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Wesley was
He's
there.
busy. He kind of busy. So, but yeah, so he was an early adopter of Charles Wesley.
He was on it early.
Very, very early, back in the Vandalia days. Well, this has been good.
It has.
Really, truly appreciate you coming in. As you can tell, things haven't
changed. Good
changed.
to see everybody. Nothing's changed.
Still chaos, mayhem, just yeah.
Further announcement that now he's taking my place. Is that what you're...
No. He's got stuff to do.
He's got business interest.
He's got business interest. He's got
stuff.
Personally, he's got stuff to do.
I have nothing.
The Last Dance with Nathan Adrian, episode 637. Appreciate you coming in. Brought to us by Jan Dills. Attorneys at law, they won't take no for an answer. By Comax Business Systems, keeping West Virginia's business data safe, secure, and efficient for 25 years, and now hydrated.
By the way, Scottie Pippen, we have a cut of him saying bad things about Nate.
Not true.
By GoMart. Get a GoMart rewards card. Get the app. Save immediately. Go to GoMart.com for details.
Blames Nate for his contract.
By Lou Wendell Marine Sales in St. Albans. They sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com. By Tudor's Biscuit World. Start your day the homemade way with a Tudor's biscuit. And by Conley's CPA Group, providing value beyond numbers. All right. That's it for us. Summer series continues.
What's next?
Well,
I'll meet you in the break room. We'll have a discussion.
It's fluid. It's gonna. I feel really good about some of the guests we have coming up.
Efforting. We're around a lot of them.
Yeah.
Working on scheduling. We're around a lot.
We're working towards them, but just kind of hang in there, and things will go by quick. And then plus, we'll update Hoppy's training for the upcoming event at the High Point in June. This is going to be really nice.
And probably something could happen, and HIPAA would come into play and not be able to
You'll be fine.
tell what happened.
You're good.
You'll be fine. It's flat ground.
You got a physical therapist. All right,
doing jobs.
Thanks to producer Jake. We're out. See you.
Jake just got married.
Yeah, he did. Producer Jake's married.
Congratulations.